What's up, guys? It's Gothiccornila, aka Sam, and today we are continuing on our Asagao Academy adventure. So let us do it. Gerard pulled open the door to the nurse's office, carrying me through. Mr. McPasta barely even looked up from his desk. With a single glance, he pointed to a bed in the back of the room. Gerard placed me gently on it and then shook out his arms. He was breathing rather heavily, but was doing his best to hide it. Shame crept down my neck, but Gerard didn't complain. He probably didn't want me to feel bad. I love Mr. McPasta. Okay. Are you feeling alright?
I think I hurt my ankle.
How did that happen?
I tripped.
Creeps raised an eyebrow, but took a cursory glance at my ankle. Then he poked it. Does this hurt?
Yow!
It's only twisted. Come get some rest and it'll get better. He glanced from me to Gerard and then smiled a creepy smile. I've got to run an errand real quick, but I'm sure I can leave you in his care. But Creeps left, his coat sweeping up behind him like the wings of a great white bat. Hana, why were you in that alleyway in the first place? Why were you wandering the city alone?
It's not like walking around the city is that dangerous.
Yeah, but it seems like you lack the street smart people get when they're raised near cities.
Touché. Although I could just as easily ask you the same question.
Hana.
Fine. I was there looking for a Princess Pumpernickel. I thought I could check around and maybe if I found it.
I flushed and trailed off. Gerard sighed. Hana, I have every store in a 300-mile radius on watch and ready to alert me if it comes in stock. You don't need to worry yourself trying to find it for me. Why are you going through all this trouble?
Like you don't go through a ton of trouble for me, for all of us. I wanted to repay you.
I bit my lip.
And there's another reason, kind of. Well, see, I had a collection myself when I was younger, or something like a collection. When I was little, my mom got sick. Really sick. It was basically guaranteed she was going to die. But as a little girl, I didn't understand that. I just saw my dad suffering as she grew weaker, and my mom stroking my face as she gradually lost the will to keep fighting. But I heard the myth of 1,000 paper cranes. If you can fold 1,000 origami cranes, your heart's desire will be granted. At least that's how I understood it at the time. So I tried really hard to fold 1,000 paper cranes. But in the end, I only made it to around 700 before my mom died. As my dad and I stood by her bed, I kept thinking to myself, if I had only been better, if I had only been faster. If I could have folded the 1,000 cranes, she would have lived.
Hana.
So when I see you trying so hard to finish your collection, I guess it just reminds me of little Hana. I would want to grant her wish, even if I can't fulfill her heart's desire.
Hana, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm a little surprised myself. I always figured I just wanted to help you out. I didn't connect it to that memory until just now. It's silly, isn't it?
I playfully bonked myself on the head, but Gerard didn't even crack a smile. So then, the origami yesterday? I nodded.
That's why I stopped folding origami. I haven't really found much joy in it since then. That's why I don't want to go back. But the paper in that shop was beautiful. For the first time, I almost wanted to start again.
Gerard searched my face, then he took my hand in his.
Thank you.
Hana, thank you for trying so hard to help me.
It's no problem, really. I want to.
You two done talking? Hana needs some rest, a good nap, some crutches to get back to her room. She should be as good as new within a day or two.
Yes.
That's great. In that case, I'll leave you to rest.
Gerard.
I grabbed his sleeve as he stood to leave and then glanced at the floor.
Thank you for saving me.
Sure, I'll do what I can.
If I had to, I'd save you 1,000 more times. Whatever it took to keep you safe and happy.
Bye.
I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Gerard turned toward the door, and as he pulled it open, he looked at me again.
I promise.
Don't forget, I'll always come help when you need me. And then he was gone. Creep sighed next to me. Lovebirds these days, I swear. Anyway, have a good night. He shook his head and then drew the curtains around my bed. I stared at the infirmary curtains in front of me, distinctly aware of Mr. McPasta's every move. For a while I was silent. He was clicking around and typing on the computer, probably entering in my medical information. I shifted, trying to get comfortable enough to fall asleep, but Mr. McPasta's presence wasn't something that was very soothing. That's what I was thinking anyways, until I heard him giggling. When his giggles finally faded away, I caught the faint meow of a cat. Then the giggles started again. He was watching cat videos on the internet? I chuckled to myself, nestling into my video. If he liked cats, he couldn't be that bad of a guy. The sound of cat videos sang me to sleep. I was escorted to my room after I woke up. Mai was just distraught when she saw me, but after I told her what happened, her expression changed.
Gerard saved you? How romantic. Mai.
I was on my phone searching the internet for some kind of movie to watch when it went off in my hand. Mr. Pasta said you went back to your room. You feeling okay?
It was Gerard.
Warmth bloomed in my chest.
Yeah, don't worry.
No, he wouldn't believe me.
I'm still a bit shaken.
No, that would make him worried. I should just tell him the truth.
I'm fine. Just need rest.
I smiled and sent the message. As I watched, the typing symbol appeared at the bottom of the screen. And then it disappeared. No, wait, there it was again. Or not. I watched it appear and disappear, a smile on my face. Finally, he responded. Cool. I giggled and resumed my internet browsing. Gerard was just too cute. The walk to class the next day was punctuated with whispers and pointing fingers. Somehow word about my being attacked in the city got out. Fancy that. As I carefully left the stairwell, conscious of not injuring myself any further, a small warm something collided with me. Hana, oh my god, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
I heard you got attacked by ninjas in the city. Oh my god, tell me everything. Mimi looked at me with wide eyes, the appearance of concern and compassion. Mai put a hand on her hip. What are you doing, Mimi? What are you talking about? I'm just concerned for my friend Hana here. She slung an arm around my shoulder, grabbing my back like I was a baby who needed to spit up. Poor girl, you must have been so scared.
No, not really.
No, but the ninjas.
There were no ninjas.
No? But still. As she tried to argue further, Ian walked past. Mimi drew me tighter against her. Wow, I'm so glad you're okay, Hana. Ian stopped in his tracks and turned to us. Beside me, Mimi shook slightly. She was scrunching up her face like she was trying to hide a grin.
Hana.
Hana, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It wasn't really a big deal.
That's good. I would have been upset to lose my biggest competition. Take care of yourself, alright?
Yeah, I will.
He nodded at me, smiling. The small gesture almost felt like a hug. But then he turned to Mimi. You.
Me?
You're probably the most two-faced person I've ever met, and I've met a lot of the kind. I normally wouldn't say anything, but propping off someone who hurt themselves, only complete monsters do that. If you don't think people can see through this, you're wrong. You're not helping yourself.
Ian.
You don't know that. No, I guess I don't. He laughed, a sputtering Mimi in his wake. She yanked her arm from me with a grunt, jostling me into mine. Stupid. Stop doing stuff like this to make the guys like you. It's pathetic.
Pardon?
She slammed the door of the classroom, not even looking back.
Sure.
God, I always knew that girl was the worst.
What's her problem?
I mean, I used to be friends with her. It took me a while to see past her fake kindness. She didn't know anyone else, and she used me to get into volleyball games for free. She had a crush on the coach. Ew. Yeah, older men aren't that bad, but our coach?
This is so stupid.
Anyways, forget about her. She's not worth it.
Thanks, Mai.
We stepped into the classroom, avoiding Mimi's eyes as we did, but...
Hana.
Oh my god, Hana, are you okay? It was gonna be a long day. Oh, Hana, my sweet. I'm so happy to be finally spending our 20th anniversary together.
Gerard, I can't believe you brought us back to the place we met.
It only made sense. After all, we had to complete the circle. God, that's so bad.
But still, 25 years? How did it come to that?
You don't look a day older, dear. And it's a good thing, too. Gerard grabbed my waist, pulling me into his lap, giggling all the while.
Gerard, not here.
Why not?
Someone could see.
Oh yeah.
And why would that be a problem?
Holy shit, what happened? Who's trying to kill us? I have a candelabra and I'm not afraid to use it.
Mai sprang from her bed into the middle of the room, wielding some kind of flaunting figure.
Sorry, Mai. It was just, I had a weird dream.
Ugh, really? She relaxed and immediately hid the figure behind her back.
What's that?
Nothing.
Mai.
Oh, would you look at that? I pointed at the wall above my desk on which there was only a calendar and tried to toss the figure onto her bed. Instead, it clattered against the bedside and fell on the floor.
Mai, is this my Chibi-Upa figure?
I glanced at the corner of my desk, and sure enough, Chibi-Upa was missing.
I guess it is. Fancy that. Why do you have it?
Oh, you know, it happened to be in my bed for some reason.
It just happened to be in your bed?
Alright, I wanted to look at it. Gerard's so into his IDKs, and you were taking an interest in them, so I was just curious.
Oh, why didn't you say so? I would have let you look at it any time.
Though it was sitting on my desk all semester, it wouldn't have been hard for her to just get a look by looking at it. I made such a big deal about how weird it all was, I felt stupid trying to ask for him. Anyways, now you can have it back, and we're not under attack. I'm going back to bed. Good night. Ma climbed hastily into her bed, no doubt embarrassed I discovered her secret. With a smile, I set Chibi-Upa back on my desk and snuggled it in my blankets. What kind of dream did you have anyways? I sighed. Looks like we were both going to bed a bit embarrassed. My left leg felt... My leg felt much better the next morning, which was a good thing because all morning I was paranoid I would see Gerard. I spent the walk to class ducking behind corners and jumping behind strangers. After the dream I had, I didn't know how I'd face him. I watched the clock tick away the hours with increasing anxiety. Every time I looked up and saw it was a new hour, my throat tightened. But of course, the time for my due came. Lunch. Don't even worry about it, you'll be fine. Mai patted me on the back in her way, but I shook my head. As soon as we entered the cafeteria, I searched the normal boots table for Gerard, but he wasn't there. I glanced at the lunch line, the door behind us, the space in between. Nothing.
Where is he?
Mai shrugged. You got what you wished for. I bit the inside of my lip and headed into the lunch line. As was the usual case, Asagao served a mixture of foods from all across the world. With so many international students attending, it only made sense for them to do something like that. With our French and Thai foods on our plates, we headed for the table. When we sat, I searched the cafeteria. Nothing. Looking for something. I jumped. Satch, sitting next to me, was grinning a devilish smile at me.
No, of course not.
Satch laughed and jerked a thumb behind him. Gerard was at a table in the back of the room, a more private table surrounded by plants. He had an array of IBK figures in front of him and was taking money from one of the students he was talking to. The student pocketed the Mac Skellingpun figurine, and Gerard shook his hand.
He's selling his figurines?
Only his extras.
Really? Why? They're so important to him. I thought he kept all his extras.
Satch shrugged. That I don't know. Maybe he got tired of the color? Gerard was now trying to pitch a kitty with a lightning yellow hair and giant-ass sword to a scared-looking first year. I turned back to my plate, trying to ignore my disappointment. After all, I didn't want to see him today. It was far too embarrassing. Nope, not at all. Lunch period passed by much more slowly without Gerard. It wasn't that the conversation didn't interest me. It was just the spark of the whole thing was gone. Without Gerard's cheeriness and inclusive tendencies, the conversation veered towards games I had never seen or heard of. I pushed around my food, bored out of my mind. Finally, it was time to head back to class. With a grateful sigh, I got out of my seat and headed for the trash bin. Hana.
Gerard, hi, fancy seeing you here.
In the cafeteria. At lunch. Yeah, I'm glad I caught you. Since I didn't get to eat lunch with you today, I wanted to know whether you'd be interested in making up for it this weekend.
Have lunch with you this weekend?
Gerard was blushing slightly, a small smile on his lips. Was this a date? This was a date. Gerard was asking me on a date. You up for it?
Yeah. With you? Definitely.
That's great. In that case, I'll see you around noon on Saturday.
Right, I can't wait.
As I beamed like a buffoon, I made eye contact with Mai. She slowly shook her head at me. Called it. Totally called it.
Aw, shush.
A real date with Gerard? I was more than ready for that. Saturday morning took its slow time coming, but when it finally did, I was ready. Mai was by my side, the one-woman equivalent of a team of stylists. She did my makeup for me, made sure my hair was extra silky, dabbed just the right amount of perfume in my neck. And of course, she helped me pick out the cutest outfit, and the one I felt most comfortable in. When I was all ready, it was just a matter of waiting. My baby Hana is all grown up. I'm so proud of you, honey. She pinched my cheek, and I swatted her hand away. Stop that. It was only a few weeks ago we talked about dating boys, and you acted like it was an impossibility. Now look where we are. Hana's got herself a BOYF. Stop it. Stop. I did not. My cell phone vibrated on my desk, and I snatched it up immediately. As I expected, it was from Gerard. Was he waiting outside? Heart pounding, I opened it up. Hana, I can't make it today. I'm really sorry. I'll definitely find a way to make it up to you. Oh. Is it him? I showed her the message, and her face fell as quickly as mine had. What the hell? He couldn't have told you sooner than this. We wouldn't have wasted all that time. I got the look on my face and stuttered, backtracking. I mean, I'm sure he wants a rain check. It's not like Gerard to do something like this.
Yeah, it's not. He must have really not wanted to go with me.
That's not what I meant, Hana. An odd, rather rhythmic knock tapped itself out against our door. Mai shot me a look. Well, if it's not Gerard, then who is it? With a shrug, I went to get the door, trying not to let the hope show on my face. Maybe it's a prank, maybe he changed his mind, or it was just Satch. Hi, Satch. Don't look so happy to see me, please. But I think I know why you're bummed. Gerard sent you his message, didn't he?
What?
How did... Gerard sends me to give you his most formal and sincere apologies. But seriously, he's really sorry. He wanted to get the message delivered in person, but I guess he got paranoid that the wait would get your hopes up too high.
Well, why can't he come?
Well,
That I don't know. Gerard's been acting strange lately. I know him almost better than anyone, and he's definitely been going through something. But he's not the type to want to unload on others, so I'm keeping my distance. Out of respect, if he wants my help, I'll ask. Gerard is that kind of person.
Thanks for the warning.
Satch chuckled, patting me gently on the head. I knew you were a smarty. Anyway, I'll be going. You look really nice today, by the way.
Thank you.
you good?
Later. Satch waltzed down the hall, all smiles and good cheer. It made complete sense why Gerard and him were such good friends. I headed back in the dorm room. Mai had her purse on her shoulder and was looking at me expectantly.
Yes?
You ready to go?
Go where?
Out to eat, silly. It's my treat today. There's a great chili place off campus.
Thanks, Mai.
What are you thinking for? I'm just hungry. Come on, I'm starved to death. I'll starve to death the way you're dawdling. Once again, I found myself thinking, I was so lucky to have Mai. And that's where we're going to end this episode. Thank you. God, I can't even talk today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, please leave a like, comment down below. And I will see you next Tuesday with more Asagao Academy. Bye.